Hey guys, this is Leah with Scott Leroy Marketing, and in today's tip video, I'm going to show you a brand new feature in DocuSign for California agents specifically. So again, this tip is for California agents only, so if you're not an agent in California, this will not apply to you necessarily. But California agents, as you may know, you previously, until about the last week here, had to access your forms via zip forms. And you still can access your forms via zip forms from DocuSign, and I'll show you how to make sure that's linked up and how to utilize that site as well. But what DocuSign and KWRI just rolled out for the California Association is to allow you to integrate your forms directly into DocuSign now. So you do not need necessarily that third-party software of zip forms to access your forms anymore. I'm going to show you how you can integrate your California forms directly into DocuSign. All right, so first thing we need to do is log into DocuSign, of course. So I'm in DocuSign. You'll want to make sure that you're logging into realestate.docusign.com specifically for the real estate side of DocuSign. Again, that's realestate.docusign.com. All right, and that'll give you access to the real estate side. Of course, if you are just starting a transaction for the first time, you'll want to make sure you're starting that from command. So if you're new to the workflow of how to use command in DocuSign, I will include a quick tip video in the description box below that will show you the workflow of how to go ahead and create, start, and manage your transactions in command with DocuSign. So check that out if you need it. However, to access the preferences to integrate your California forms, if you could follow me to click your headshot or initial on the top right in a circle, and then preferences from that drop down. So again, your headshot or initial on the top right of your DocuSign account. We're clicking on preferences and then integrations on the left-hand side. So integrations here, and that will give you the option to link up zip forms. So just a heads up, this is where you also link up your zip forms account. So you can click the arrow on the far right of zip form to go ahead and put in your zip form username and password. Okay, this is what was required prior to about a week ago to access your California forms. All right, but now DocuSign has a brand new option. So under the DocuSign form settings, you'll see it says add provider. And you'll see this California option. This is brand new. So it's California Association of Realtors right here. I can go ahead and click that. It'll just prompt for the NRDS ID. So you can put in your 9-digit NRDS ID. If you're not sure what your NRDS ID is, this is what I would recommend, and you can just stay on your page unless you're unsure about it. I'm just going to pull up a new tab here. If you just search Google NRDS ID lookup, it'll be that top one. And I'll put this in the YouTube description box below as well. It's just login.connect.realtor, looks like. And you can go ahead and put in your last name and email to go ahead and just look up your NRDS ID right away. Okay, and this is your National Association of Realtors. That's what your NRDS ID is. All right, so again, if you're not sure of your NRDS ID, just Google NRDS ID lookup. Spell nerds like this. Not like the nerds who wear glasses and suspenders. All right, nerds like this, and then you can go ahead and find that right away. Put in your NRDS ID right here. And then make sure your last name here is the same as your last name on your license. So if there's any variation as far as you have a junior or any sort of hyphenation, make sure that is the exact same right here and click validate. All right, and then what that will allow you to do is it'll allow you to view all your forms under My Docs. So now I'll show you the difference of how you can view your forms in DocuSign now with the new NRDS hookup. All right, so first of all, that will make the documents, the California documents, show up under the My Docs tab, specifically in DocuSign, so you can check those out under My Docs. But just note, we do not edit our forms under My Docs. We have to have a DocuSign room created to actually pull the forms in to edit those. But just to show you the forms, so under My Docs now, on the very top white toolbar, you should see a Forms option on the white toolbar below there. And that will show you all of the forms that are currently linked up to your account. So this is where you should now see the California forms once you've added your NRDS ID. Of course, you can click on any of these drop downs to view this further. All right, but again, right, this is not where we go to edit our forms. This is just, you can view your forms from here, see what forms are in your account. But if you need to actually add forms to your DocuSign room to edit those, so how that's changed for California agents, just to show you an overview real quick of that. So I'm going back to my DocuSign room, right? Because again, you need to go to your DocuSign room in order to add and edit forms. So you can do that from your dashboard or your Rooms tab on the top here. So however you normally navigate to your room, go ahead and do that and click on the Documents tab. So from the Documents tab, previously when you went to add, and if you're still using zip forms, you can continue doing this, totally fine, especially if you have templates in zip forms. But you can click on add on the top right, and previously you were mandated to, access your forms from the zip form option here. All right, and that would link up your transaction zip form with this room in DocuSign to allow you to pull forms over. So if you are used to that process, that's totally fine. You can continue doing that. However, now what this adding your NRDS ID to DocuSign has done for you is now when you click on add on the top right, you can come to DocuSign Forms to access the interactive fillable forms right away. So DocuSign Forms here, and that will bring up your libraries. So on the left-hand side, we'll see our libraries of forms. So that should show you most likely your California Association on the left-hand side here. And you'll see any groups. If your Market Center has set up groups of your forms, you'll see that on the left-hand side as well. So either way, you want to search for your forms on the left-hand side, go ahead and click that. You can search at the top and simply click the check boxes for the forms that you want to go ahead and bring into your DocuSign room to allow you to edit those. So again, on the left-hand side, we'll want to click on either the libraries or groups, search for the form, select the form checkboxes, and click Add Selected. All right, that would then allow you to click on the forms from your room to edit and send those for electronic signatures. And again, if you are new to that process, I have included just a 30-minute overview in the YouTube description below that would walk you through the workflow of creating a transaction command with DocuSign, accessing your forms, editing your forms, and sending those for electronic signatures. So if you have any questions on that, please do not hesitate to reach out, support@scottleroymarketing.com. We'd be more than happy to help you with any issues you may run into. All right, I hope this helped, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care, guys.